Monument of the Great... We're going the long way around on this one, folks. Okay, yeah. Now, I do like to just always reiterate when we get into the beginning of these, because I think it's, you know, there's a lot of new people come through and they maybe haven't seen this yet. Like, this looks fun. Nomad MegaRandom, it's a custom game. I believe, actually, like, it might even be installed by default. I can't remember if there are any installed by default right now. But you start with 3 villages split up across the map, and you don't have a town center to begin with. So you get to choose where you place your town center. It's really fun. It's actually really refreshing. And I've highlighted this before. I wouldn't be against testing the whole idea of your TC not being built first in regular to see if we prefer that. Because I think there is some merit to it, especially to eliminate the RNG feel of generations a lot of the time. I guess maybe the concern they have if you do that, though, was this maybe a similar concern as to what they had with the Mongol town center rush when the game first came out. My God, this... I feel like you could just hide a whole base in here, right? Anyone want to build the real Area 51? Because there's definitely enough stealth forest to do it on this map. Good God. You know what? None of them are going for that. They're all just going close to the edge of the map, as they usually do. It looks like so far we've got 6 of the 8 players having chosen their starting location. And a lot of them have gone for the waterfront. This seems to be the frequency, right? Like, you just get this gravitation towards the water areas. And look at this. Hunched. Oh, no. Hunched is a decent amount later than everyone else, right? And also pinched between 2 of them. And we know that when we've watched a lot of these replays, players tend to now gravitate towards the corners to try and eliminate anyone sitting there. Because there's nowhere for them to run and hide. So it's very easy to clean them up. And it also gives them the full back area of the corner. So Hunched... I mean, I don't want to, like, make a call this early, but he very easily could end up being the person who goes alone and thinks that everything's stupid in the horror movie. You know what I'm talking about. The cliche person who doesn't believe in whatever kills them. This might be our person here. Moving on the north. Oh, look. What a big, unexpected surprise here. Core has found himself a corner. I couldn't have imagined it. It's beyond the realm of my ability to imagine that Core would head here. But he has. And now we're just going to have to like try and process that and figure out what comes from that. Because actually, this time around, he's a little bit freer than the previous games. There's a lot of open ground here. He's not pinned in the corner. And Pathless is the only one nearby. Pathless might have his own things to worry about. He's got a Chinese player in Inksock to the south, but also, more importantly, Pathless is playing as the HRE, and they tend to just greedily boom. They just kind of stick their music on loud, and they only pay attention to what's happening on the rest of the map once Imperial Age has ticked in. Wait, really? Are we in for an active game? We better be in for an active game here. This is something I would like to see evolve with MegaRandom, actually. Like, something that is a little bit concerning is that it doesn't necessarily have maybe enough pull towards locations. I wonder if... maybe it's a little bit controversial, because it's like, it's yoinking an idea out of Company Heroes, but Relic could probably wag their tail hearing those words out of my mouth. What if Sacred Sites actually ticked down, or ticked up a victory score over time, instead of you requiring you to hold them all for 10 minutes, which is really hard in a free-for-all. Maybe a mod, like I'd love to see someone do this, add a mod where you can tick down your opponents, so it's like a different win condition. Similar to what Company Heroes has. So those that haven't played Company Heroes, the way it works is you capture these victory points, and when you have the majority of victory points, your opponent's score starts to tick down. If it reaches 0, they lose. I'm just thinking, like, maybe, because there are some issues around turtling for a long time in the MegaRandom Nomad format. Sometimes we do get very interesting games where there's a lot of aggression early on, and sometimes we do just get everyone playing pat cake in their own base for 50 minutes, and then someone builds a wonder. Just have to see if this one goes that way. Huh. So apparently there might already be a zone control mod. I think maybe we'll look into starting to review mods. I think that'd be really cool for us to do. I've talked about this before, actually. Like, if we keep seeing the growth we have on the channel, I really would love to start making little modding tournaments, modding competitions, so that we can competitions to actually line up what mods we're going to play, and then maybe some money into small tournaments to attract players. Because I think the cool thing about things like MegaRandom and a lot of these things that we're going to see coming out in the mods in the coming months is that they are fun. So you're more willing to engage with it, even if there's not a lot of money behind it, right? You know, we're not gonna go ahead and say, "Welcome to the MegaRandom $125,000 tournament." Woohoo! Right? I just don't have that kind of money. Honestly, I don't know what Pesty gets. I'm pretty sure he actually he probably, I don't know, has ancestors that bought a lot of gold years ago and they bury it under their houses. I don't know where he gets that money, but I haven't got that money. I have small quantities, but I think the cool thing about that is because it's different, because it's fun, players are willing to engage. I mean, the amount of pros I've been seeing, like Core, Puppy Paw, Wham, Snooper, Veggie, Dinky King, you know, we've even seen some Beastie into Muslim hopping in and enjoying the fun of these type of modes. I think there's a market for it. And I think it's very interesting to watch, because there is, obviously there's a lot of skill and a lot of enjoyment into watching like two players go at it in the standard game in a 1v1. But obviously, the versatility of things like MegaRandom are what is going to keep the game fresh and allow it to keep evolving, and also keep the casual audience engaged for a long time to come. Oh, did I forget Paul Hart? My bad. I'm pretty sure there's some other people I forgot to mention. Salami was in there as well. There's just too many pros, all right? We need our own little MegaRandom Pro League. And whoever wins that one will just be called lucky, because the name of the game is MegaRandom. But you know what? Let's focus on what's happening in this game, because we are getting some dock play. Weirdly enough, not out of the Chinese player. Puppy Paw would benefit a lot from going onto the waterfront, but he's worried about what's happening down here. Remember that Snooper, in this random selection of civs, did end up getting the deli, which means should you go into water too quickly, you're just going to get peppered with arrows from the fishing boats. That being said, I feel like this is a good position to do it from, though. Like, Puppy Paw could rush up into Feudal, drop a Barbican here, and then go straight into the dock. Because remember, one of the cool things that you get as the Chinese is you do produce your boats 20% faster. So you will be able to boom your eco on sea pretty quickly, and you're also able to outmass your opponent militarily as well. Meanwhile, on the Southern Sea, we are going to actually see two more players down here, but it looks like it's going to be the Bastards versus the Chinese. So you can see it's more free for Ingsoc, right? I think that is actually the reason why Puppy Paw didn't bother. It's just too paranoid about this. In fairness, I feel like the fishing boat pull rarely ever pays off when we've been seeing it recently. Like, a lot of the time we see someone pull 4 fishing boats, and if your opponent only has 3 fishing boats out, and all you're doing is harassing them and they're docking, you've got 4 fishing boats that are never gathering resources, while your opponent can actually micro to get resources in between the harassment. So, overall, it's definitely a play that I've become less a fan of the more I've been seeing it, especially when it's been whipped out in Golden League. Like, it's not been as impactful as it once was. And if you pull like 7 fishing boats, it's just a bigger hit to your eco, right? So attack up's starting to come out. Puppy Paw will be first to reach up. Did go for the Imperial Academy. Remember, this doubles the amount of gold being generated, so you're able to boom the tax. And he does get the beautiful placement as well, right next to the giant chunk of gold on the mining camp and the mill close by. This means that he can actually optimize his Imperial officials to essentially be taxmen as well as supervisors, because it's such a short distance for them. I think this might be the pull for the dock now. In fact, what's the numbers for Puppy? Yeah, he's waiting on the required wood. This could easily be a dock play. Because now that you are up at this point in the game, like, it's going to end up being these crappy DAOs versus your junks. But instead, Puppy? Is he thinking about why? No. There's no way he'd do it, right? Okay, no. Kind of done it. For a moment there, it looked like Puppy Paw was going to go for the barbecue drop right in the base of Snooper. But instead, he'll give himself a little bit of breathing room. You know, he won't go for the all-in play there. He'll be respectable. In fact, there was some typing going on at the time that we couldn't see. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just like Puppy Paw going, "You ready?" And Snooper's like, "No, God, no." So the concern is, where is the expansion going to come? Because we already highlighted that with this weird kind of stats score in the south, it could be very easy of a hunch to get eliminated first. I think it comes down to whether Puppy Paw gets aggressive, though. If he starts to apply a little bit of pressure onto Snooper, then you don't have this 2-pronged attack coming into Hunched. You should, no doubt, have a fight between him and Ingsoc, though. Ingsoc has nothing else to worry about. We already highlighted the fact that to your north, you have this HRE player that's just going to boom, and you have no one else nearby. And Galley coming out really early. Cool. As the HRE? Wow, cool. Boldly saying there can be only one German in this game. I mean, this is fairly impressive. If he can get onto the fleet, which he actually could go down to the fishing fleet here. Surprised that he hasn't, but right now his concern is he doesn't want to lose the villager, so he's guarding him. Cool little play here, by the way. So Core, he built the mill so he can drop off the shoreline fish. The reason this is a really good play, you can already see 400 food off of this. You have to remember that villagers gather at a rate of 1 food per second from shoreline fish. So it is actually optimal to do these type of plays, especially if you've got 2 nearby. You can see on the return rates, like, look how quickly he's going to gather up this food. I know, watch that number slowly tick up, like, oh, wow, that's quick. But it really is. It's actually pretty substantial compared to sheep, which is, as an example, 0.75 food per second. Also, keep in mind that you're the HRE, so you've got an additional 40% capacity by default, which also gets added on to further by wheelbarrows. And wow. Looks like Core does go in for the snipe. Actually stops the outpost going up. Powerfulness, like, this has to be so frustrating right now. He's also going to get sniped. Remember that the galley, they do 60 damage. And your villagers come with no missile resistance. So at 50 health, that's an insta-burst kill. Wow. And now more of the fishing boats going down. They just can't hold against that. I mean, Pathless, he's going to have to rear away from this inland. Further away from the conflict. Because Core is actually just planting a flag in this. This is his lake now. This is his HRE game. Apparently, Pathless has been trying to negotiate in chat with Core while this is going on. It's like, please, sir. Please. No one likes eliminating someone this quickly. Core's like, I love eliminating people. Usually, I'm the first one out. Not today. It's like maybe he'll let him live. Limping away, heavily injured. We won't allow him on the water anytime. Speaking of water on this west side, we are now seeing that switch up by Puppy Paw. Like we said, he has got the Barbican here. Remember, the hand cannon gets that bonus damage up against the ship, so it's going to be very hard for Snoopy to approach. And he's also booming on land. With the Barbican Sun, he's getting the 35% reduced production time on villages. And with double TC, this is going to allow him to boom very quickly. And I think people need to start identifying that the Chinese are a force to be reckoned with in the late game. So Puppy Paw might need some attention towards him because his location on the map is pretty comfortable. Right? He's the only one in the western corner. Snooper's the only one who's going to bring conflict. Meanwhile, far off to the north lies a stolen turnip, who will not be stealing anything away from Puppy Paw anytime soon because he's going to have his own conflicts to the east where Veggie's located. By the way, What? Yo. All right, Veggie looking to get all the vegetables here. He's going to have plenty of room for farm. 3 town centers. Wow. Okay. So Veggie is well and truly planting his flag in the northern corner here. And that means that Turnip has a hard choice. Does he go east or does he go south? He's going to end up fighting somewhere. There's no doubt of that. He could go into the center. And oh, he kind of already... Wow. Wow, he is in the center with a lot of villagers and no protection. Only 1 outpost nearby. This is a little bit risky. He's at least going to get the deer stone, so if someone does come after him and it's not cavalry, he can at least Benny Hills run around in circles away from them. And it looks like Snooper is now going inland, so 3 TCs to him. No Castle Age Rush. Interesting. So something we have seen Snooper do before, and we've seen out Salami as well in these team games, is the keep strategy. So what this is of the Delhi is that the Delhi have a unique tech that allows them to turn their keeps into town centers as well, allowing them to recruit villagers there. The reason that this play is pretty optimal is when you rush up into castle, if you build the compound defender, you get a 25% discount on stone costs, meaning the cost of a keep goes down to 600. Which makes it cheaper than a town center, while also being a stronger defense than a town center. But instead, looks like he's just going to choose to expand wide instead of high. Kind of matching the timing of Puppy Paw, but you got to remember that Puppy Paw, due to the efficiency of this, like it's pretty comparable. Like 2 versus 3 TCs with the Chinese. Because you're getting that 35% reduced time. It's basically 2.7 TCs versus 3 right now. Speaking of free TCs, everyone's just having a good time. No early aggression really outside of what Core done. Core, oh my god, he didn't stop. Core. Come on. This is mean. He's going to force Pathless to start building into the early man-at-arms. He needs to actually torch these down ASAP. I'm starting to realize why he called himself Core. Oh, it would make more sense if he's Brit, right? He just wants to hear someone go, Core. So far, it's been more like... This time around, though, he's looking strong in the early game. And he's actually booming in the back corner, right? And now into the Knights, with the relics being picked up as well. This is a very sad, sad game. I don't feel like Core would have done this against any other player than the HRE player. This is like some next level, I don't want you getting my relics type play. And it means that Pathless is going to be a very sad boy stuck in feudal for a long time. Meanwhile, TC Boom, yep, matching that. Oh, exceeding that. Ingsoc. Interesting. So he's basically 4 TCs now. Remember, he's got the Song Dynasty as well, and he's also booming up into the Astronomical Clock Tower. Only other person to make it up into Castle so far has been Core. Puppy Paw has been a lot more delayed. Instead, he sidesteps it, right? He delays his timing. He wants to get all the farms online. And now he'll boom up. And he won't be that far behind Ingsoc, but I feel like he's going to be somewhat better off. Might want to go back for a third TC soon, though. Feels like he's going to be extending towards this corner. In fact, if we look at the vision game, he hasn't looked there. So I feel like, from Puppy Paw's perspective, because he hasn't scouted out to the northern side, he doesn't want to full-on flesh out an expansion there just yet. But now that he's getting the racks in the field, he might look to expand to the south side. And remember that Snooper was quite greedy here. With the 3 TCs, and with both of them being forward of his primary, I wouldn't say they're well defended. And a rush of Palace Guard could instantly torch these down. Meanwhile, checking in on passive land here, Veggie. I feel like I'm in Fallout 3 and this is, was it Megaton or Megatown? He's just built his whole town around a relic here. The bigger town builds in the north. And the walls are going up. Okay, Veggie. Veggie just letting us know it's the year of the turtle. Which is weird because the Chinese player doesn't have that on his calendar. We need something more farm-oriented for these two. They're not looking to actually wall themselves in at all. The question is, are the Palace Guards starting to ramp up? And the answer is yes. And I mean, this is the pesky part, folks. Like, we're playing on probably the most blind map we've seen, right? I don't think we've had a map with this many stealth forests. Possibly the 4v4 is the other one that's close. Look how much it cripples Snooper. Snooper doesn't really see much. He's moving out now, outposting of initial vision. This is critical. Getting this up could be big. And look how close they are. But Puppy Paw, he doesn't know. It's just out of outpost range, but he sees this now. And he sees it being struck. He needs to rush out now. He can actually stop this. 8 Palace Guard should be good enough. The attack click almost baiting him away. Snooper. Oh my god, that attack click almost ruined it. But instead, he will shift across. And all the villagers moving away. Elephant abandoning ship as well. He wants nothing to do with this, so they will deny it going up. Snooper will not begin to strangle Puppy Paw. The important detail there. Meanwhile, Stolen Turnip still with the chill vibe and status in the center. I would love to see Turnip go for a secondary TC in the center. I think this is prime for this play with the way you split your eco. And then you can extend out into the center here. Remember what we've highlighted about... Oh my god, he gave up! I don't blame him. I mean, we didn't check in with Pathless recently, but, like, why would we want to? He was already beaten in the streets. Core will show no mercy. Pathless never stood a chance. I mean, well, I was waiting. We knew it was an inevitability, right? Like, we checked in every time. We never saw any extension, any recovery. This is the frustration, by the way. Just to give you a recap on why Pathless taps out here, it's not premature. Once the Knights come in, it's all over. Like, the problem he has is because he only has 1 TC, his whole eco line's exposed. There's no quick garrison. It means Knights can just raid in. The only way I could see Pathless recovering this is with a secondary TC, say, here. But you're sidestepping the problem. You're not solving the problem. And you're kicking it down the road by an extra minute or two. You're never stopping this many Knights riding in. And now Core looking quite frisky in this back corner with 18 Knights already on the prowl. And the wall's also going up. And Core going up alongside it. Past Swabi being built, a.k.a. the Love Hotel. And after that, he's going to love the economy of the HRE. So remember, this functions as free TCs with a 66% discount. So he's going to boom fast. Nobody's likely contend with him anytime soon. I mean, Veggie, he's playing a different game. I think Veggie's playing tower defense. Like, you know, there's not many towers just yet, but he's got the walls up to start him off. So he'll probably create the great maze of Veggie. And yeah, he's going full defensive. Berkshire Palace White Tower as well. I mean, I kind of get it, right? He went for the town centers already. He doesn't need additionals, but still, the double defensive landmark here as he booms up into the Imperial Age. Nobody's coming anywhere nearby his corner. Meanwhile, now the raid's in. Core Yeah, he was thirsty again. This vampire, he already sucked Pathless dry, and now he's thirsty again. In on the Inksock. Inksock with the Nest of Bees. Should be able to turn away the spears as well. With the wraparound. Inksock. Inksock. Ignorant Sock. Uh-oh. Or is this a trap? This might be a trap. Pinches him in. Turns around the torches. Wheels the Nest of Bees away. That's a lot of knights trapped in going down here. The trade is not worthwhile for Core. That is going to hurt. He might get all the Nest of Bees. Looks like one of them is going to survive on the side. Does touch down the end, but the price of that, I mean, 18 knights. 18 knights versus 3 Nest of Bees. It's not a good trade. Remember, it's 600 resource versus 240 per unit. Numbers just don't add up. And it looks like Inksock will be able to protect the TC as well, as it's on fire but not dead. So overall, good trade for Inksock. Gets some breathing room, pushes Core back. Has to retreat towards his corner. Tech up starting to be realized. Walls now starting to go up. As we double check in on this, it looks like there was another attempt to get some extension here. Snooper opts the outpost, but the quick build now coming out. Puppy Paw says, come and play. And he's got so many troops waiting here, the Nest of Bees as well. I don't know how much of this he sees. He's going to wish he saw it all beforehand, though. Nest of Bees starting to open fire. Too many piles. Got the ambush is big. Straight away, Snoop has to run away. The only good news for him is the drive-by of the Tower War Elephants. But I don't know how much they can do for him. Palace Guard, remember, they are 2-legged cavalry here. They haven't even been juiced up. This isn't even the Yunnan Dynasty. Once he gets there, that's when you can't outrun them. Nest of Bees. Wait, Puppy Paw. Okay. He wanted to kill that specific elephant. Makes sense. One goes down, second one in trouble as well. No pull in all. Remember, it's a lot slower for the deli. You get it for free, but it takes 5 minutes. At least he'll be able to protect the TC for the moment. However, he has lost the power of the berries. And he did go for Compound Defender, so he could convert these into village fortresses and still have a way of booming eco, even if he loses the town centers. Now the wall's going up. Inksock not even opting. What? Okay, this is how little he thinks of Core. This is how much he thinks of Snooper. Stone walls on one side, only palisades on the other. Big whoop, he says. I took out those knights easy peasy. No way Core comes back to mess with me again anytime soon. Meanwhile, Nest of Bees starting to amass. I'm a little bit concerned for Snooper at this rate. I mean, Nest of Bees, like, they didn't feel the wrath of the Nerf hammer like the Mangonels did, right? They're still reasonably decent. And he's up to 8! And this is normal Nest of Bees. He done this on purpose. He dropped the Siege Workshop so he can supervise. It turns it into 2.5 times the Siege Workshop, right? It's how he's able to amass so much siege. And now look at the damage coming in. Heavy hits in. Torches as well. Remember, no boiling oil upgrade. Snooper's in trouble. And what can he do to react to this? This many Nest of Bees is going to sting. Remember that you don't reduce damage with this missile resistance, with the melee resistance on your units. So you're just taking pure damage from the Nest of Bees. And this much damage into a line of elephants, you're going to feel it. Now turning around onto everything, chasing the villagers away as they flee into the middle of the map. They're like, can we become neutral units now? We don't trust how Snooper's been handling us. Town center's going to be targeted. Nice split up as well. Actually equal damage coming out into each of the town centers. He'll be able to quickly move past this. Snooper's about to turn into a small boy real fast here. And where is he going? What? Snooper, this is clutch. He's actually moving away. He's saved up enough for Imperial. He wants to build far, far away. He doesn't want any part of this anymore. He's conceding his entire base to live and fight another day. And all the relics. He even brings the relics. Snooper's like, leave the kids, bring the treasures. But what about the children, Snoop? We can make more kids, we can't make more relics. Full migration. Everything is going to be abandoned here. But where is he going? Has Core promised him asylum? He didn't even ask. He'll just go for the pass of the Sultan straight between two players. I don't even think he knows where he is here. No, he doesn't. He doesn't know. Folks, he doesn't know how close he is to being in a big mess here. Oh no, the relics! No! Core says, awesome. Those upgrade my defenses. Gets himself a freebie. That is an ambitious pickup, Snooper. He's gonna need 2. No. Okay, you're going to need more scholars than this. Snooper. Come on. Come on. You're almost there. Please tell me he's not going to lose enough. Oh, the draw fire. The draw fire is good. Good job, Snooper. Snooper really hates learning, huh? Meanwhile, Poppy Ball cleaning up the primary base as Snooper begins to rebuild his empire. It's like the Sith. Just going into hiding for many years, but he'll be back, damn it. But he needs the resources to begin reconstructing this empire. That's why he builds around the sacred site. It's going to draw a lot of attention, though. Meanwhile, Veggie still in full AFK mode. He's had all this time, only got 2 relics. Didn't leave that one on the ground. Ruined Relic City. Could at least build around the monastery, you know? Poppy Ball's in a pretty dominant position, though. And I'm not just saying that because of the score. Like, everything looks really good for him. You can see all the room he's got to expand at the back here. He's not going to be contested. He's going for the Great Wall Gatehouse, so he's going to be able to get in the Grenadiers. He's starting to reach his win condition. Like, the way you deal with the Chinese is early. You don't allow them to get like this. And I love the sidestep. We've seen a lot of players rush into Grenadiers and Bombards, but I actually think Nesta Bees is a nice step on the way, especially if you have a neighbor. And that's why Poppy Ball done it. Like, this has just been dominant. You have to remember, although this is great at dealing with infantry and, you know, front lines, as you can see by the burst of damage, they're pretty damn good at taking down buildings as well. Question is, what is Hunch going to do? Because he might come under fire. The walls are going up. There is a concern that Ingsoc might turn attention towards him, though. You can see he's actually fully stonewalled himself now, so he has the flexibility to raid with Lancers or anything he chooses. In fact, I wonder if Ingsoc's going to be rushing towards that Imperial double as well. Yeah, not there yet. Would be a solid play from him. Just makes sense to go for the Grenadiers. I think his only weakness right now is compared to Poppy Paw, he has a lot less eco to extend to. So you don't necessarily get as much value out of rushing for Grenadiers, right? You need to take out 1 or 2 of these players to get the wiggle room. The issue I see is this. Look what Core's doing. Very fashionable, by the way. Orange feathers. Oh. Fancy. They might end up covered in red, though. Rams. He wants in fast. Although you could just chop the tree. Chop. Nope. Okay, just wants walls of his own. It's like, nope. Taking a tree out to get through isn't realistic. It's ruining my immersion. Spencer's now going up as Ingsoc is going to get into a battle over this area. As Hunch needs to move in the same direction. Nobody wants to head towards Poppy Ball, not after what he just done to Snooper. Rams starting to make their way through. So maybe Siege Towers would have been a good choice here. But you know what? That would involve remembering that Siege Towers exist. And if the developers can't be bothered to remember they exist and buff them, why would players? Rams will quickly make their way through the wall, force the response coming out. Nesta Bees could be big here. Torch damage. Wall's down, though. If he holds the choke point, he could do a lot of damage to Core. Start step in. He knows to hold the choke point. Hold the choke point. Uh-oh. Nesta Bees. All right, being ignored by Core. Won't matter that they go through last. Villagers going out to try and rebuild the wall. They're like, fine, Core. If you want to be in, you're stuck in here, mate. Nesta Bees opening fire. Rush through, though, and Core will flood straight into Ingsoc's base. Ingsoc not in position for this. In fact, he's weak. Look at the military right now. It's only 40. Uh-oh. Folks, I think we might have found our second victim. And Core, it looks like he wants to slowly kill off everyone here. I think we found our murderer. Because Ingsoc, he's going to struggle to hold this. Floods through. Looks for anything he can find. Typing going on. Is this a second player to plead for victory? Plead for mercy, rather, from Core. Core's begging for victory, though. You can never seem to win these. But this one is looking damn good. Nobody contested him in his corner. Already took out his closest neighbor and now heading further south, slowly making his way around in a circular motion through each of these players. Rams will hang around to be able to keep. Starts to torch under the buildings. Has to find out where all the landmarks are. Remember, that's one of the concern, and here comes the response. Ingsoc, while he still has buildings, needs to push out as many palace guards as possible. But he is gold capped. This is the worrying detail here. He never really sought his gold. That's why we didn't really see him go for the double Imperial. In fact, I think he did in the end, right? Yeah, because he had the repairing walls. Where is it? What? Wait. He definitely went for it, right? I can't find it. Am I blind? Must be. Well, it's not really mattering now. Wolves aren't going to protect him. Spirit Way going down. Can't even get the hand cannoneers out quick enough. All the buildings starting to fall. Even if Core loses this fight, he's still done hefty damage to Inksock. While this has been happening, everyone else has been chill, vibing. Snooper still recovering the center. Looks like he has got the town center functionality out of the keeps now. And this is where he can begin to re-boom. Gonna need it as well. Although Inksock will clean up the remnants of Core's forces. Look at the damage done. Heavy damage in the base. Inksock, not with the biggest reserves to go into his quality units. Core, however, is also being drained. He needs to sort his eco fast. Gold is not looking good for this lad, even with the double relic bank. What is going to be the move out of Hunch? We haven't really seen anything out of him so far, but... oh, the timing! Uh-oh. Worst case scenario for Inksock. He pushes one opponent away and the other one is instantly upon him. Walls being breached en masse. No easy way to rebuild that. Core. He's going again as well. This is the worst case scenario. If Core just stopped here, Inksock can maybe hold, but now he might be in a bit of a pickle. Especially this many Lancers waiting in the woodworks. Walls chunky, but will eventually go down. Inksock. The concern is that when you lose these racks, what do? You haven't got the infrastructure really to keep yourself in this. Landmark going down. Inksock in a wee bit of trouble here. Has to respond to a small group of Core's man-at-arms, still causing frustration on the farmlands. That's slowing down the accruement of resources that he's desperately going to need in the coming minutes. Meanwhile, in Veggie Land, he is starting to move into the center, but still no real aggression here. Turnip and Veggie seem to get along. It makes sense, right? Like, one's a turnip and one's a Veggie. I mean, they were just made for each other, so they just control the north peacefully for now. They will eventually run into Snooper. Massacre coming in. Nest of Bees opening fire here. Spread out of troops. Dealing with the front line. Palace Guard holding for the moment. Hand Cannoneers getting that premium damage out. They need to focus on the Bombards. Bombards eliminating all the siege. Not really being answered just yet. The push forward. Hand Cannoneers one by one sniping them out. The Lancers are going to be what's left of this at the end. Hunch taking the better fight. Inksock struggling to replace the lost units. As more of the military bonus start to fall. And Inksock, I don't think he's long for this world. We can see the new force of Massive Core. Rams will be built again. And when he comes in, he might not realize how much damage has already been done by the Western force here. As Hunched is depleted for Inksock. That's the same for him. Moving towards the center. We are seeing the TC boom now at Turnip. So Turnip starting to get big. Wait, Veggie, did he get 69 farmers? Oh, I've been lied to. He hasn't even got 69 yet. It's very, very pretty. Oh. Can we just look at this for a while now? Oh. Oh. I like gold. And that's why I play the English. Whew. Life is good. Meanwhile in the south, Inksock. Life is bad. Life is very bad. He's staying alive thanks to the granary farms at the back for the moment, but he's running out of resources. You can see how quickly he's tapping through his reserves. And he's not getting out anytime soon. They have definitely put him in the corner. The only good news is if you rebuild these walls, it seems like Inksock has no interest in sneaking in on the waterfront, even if he could. Veggie. Good lord, he's building on big reserves. So I think the plan for him is eventually Wonder Victory at this rate. He's been ignored for too long to not think about it. But first, he needs to get a true quarter of the map with walls built up everywhere to make sure it's not easy for him to game. There's still too many players for him to go directly for that Wonder Victory. He needs to get it down to 4. Might be going down to 6 soon. And here it comes. Core's in. Core and Hunch just passing Inksock around like he's a shared cigarette here. You want to puff? Yeah, my turn. All right, back and forth we go. There we go, man-at-arms. Surrounding the Palace Guard. Remember, they get the bonus damage as they're fully juiced up. Chunky as well, 216 health. Bombards sniping down the Palace Guard one by one. Mini Bombards, big Bombards. I think I want the big Bombards in this situation. I also don't want to be in Inksock's location. Because the renewed assault might come in soon. The Lancers are rebuilding slowly for Hunched. Bombards are really making the difference here. Like, they're almost done with the pass guard, and after that, the hand cannon is going to struggle to get in range. Everywhere else, no fighting going on. Puppy Paw hasn't made a move yet, surprisingly enough, but why does he need to? He's got all this free land. It might change soon, though. They are starting to reach into each other. Stolen Turnip might unintentionally awake the wolf. Bombards are going to wheel back, so hand cannon is able to chase down for the moment, but they're distracted by the man at arms, so Score, he just gets good trades here. Remember how pricey these are, by the way. They are not cheap, 240 each. And while the Bombards are 1,000, it's not impossible for them to actually get efficient trades out, considering how slow you are to gap close. Meanwhile, it seems that Veggie and Snooper found each other. They reach their hands out, trying to touch. Aussie, bro. Aussie, bro. It's been so long. Well, I don't think you want to be touched this way. Snooper. Snooper, this is all well and good, but you do need to find a way to build the keeps towards the other sacred site. That there is one sacred site remaining. You're close, though. Good idea. Good lord. I mean, we haven't checked in on a while. How many keeps is this? Snooper wanting full value out of the compound defender. Which, wait a second. Does he get it? Because it's not... Oh, they never burn it down! Puppy Paw. He's only gone for it now. Maybe he did burn it. He actually came back to repair it. That's the big brain play if so. Because remember, Snooper, I don't think you get the discount while it's dead. I also don't think Snooper's going to be dead anytime soon. Inksock, on the other hand, is a different matter. He hasn't got the troops anymore. It's a two-pronged attack. They've finally done it. They march in, and you can see how much Inksock's retreating. He's praying right now. He's like, please, core, go west. Go west into him. Because right now, he cannot take two players. He instantly just waves that flag. He knows it's over. GG gets called. Second player out. Inksock comes in 7th place. Big difference between 8th and 7th score, by the way. Hey, folks, would you believe me if I told you that Pathless is a top 100 ELO player? This game really didn't do him service. As the difference between 7th, 8th place is 9 times, almost 10 times the score. Good lord. And here we go. Snooper's on the move. Veggie. It's the Roboticans. Villagers seeming somewhat disposable. I don't know if that's true in this situation, as they are just reloading in time to massacre the next round. I don't know what Snooper is doing here. Is this the only villager strategy? It kind of felt like it without the elephants. Ellies and villagers and nothing else, as he throws away so many. I mean, in fairness, it's really the only thing he can produce in mass here, as he hasn't really got enough room for anything else. Oy, oy, oy. Fair point. We always talk about the Magano lines. I mean, Snooper has built that. Weirdly enough, the German didn't want to do anything about it. He just wrapped around the south. He's ignored him this whole time, but now he's coming in. So he actually flanks him, and he still goes back to mop up the fortress line. And with so many bombards, it's not going to take long. Snooper's in trouble. Veggie and Core are converging upon him. Snooper looking like he might be the third player out. Anyone else want to get on the action? Nope. Sharing is caring, folks. Sharing is caring. I mean, they are wearing the same uniform, right? Maybe Puppy Paw, like, he has the contrast setting correctly on his monitor. He can't tell the difference between white and purple. And hello? Yeah, dream on. This one. Okay, Snooper, come on, man. You're getting a little bit too excited there. Core is not going to fall for that one. He calls it. Snooper is out. Gets sniped down. Final landmark gone. 3 players dead. Down to the final 5. What? Was this... Wait. What was Snooper's last plea? To go back and build... Guys, imagine if it worked that way. If you could actually bring a player back because you repaired a dead landmark. If only. Oh, if only. Doesn't work, though. You can see he desperately wanted it, and Puppy Paw was never going to allow it to happen either. Puppy Paw also now turning his attention towards the south. Just hold a sec. Someone's been over here, hunched up in the corner. Go deal with them next. And Turnip seemingly just surviving by minding his own business this entire time. In fact, Turnip hasn't even really got... He's got a standing military force. They haven't really been doing anything, though. Where are they? What in the deuce? Actually, really, where are they? Ah, I see. It makes sense now. Turnip has said, I am the true king of the Mega Nomad. This landmass here is only ruled by me. Nobody else can have it. I have made sure of that by stationing 5 Bowchads here to keep everyone else at bay. Turnip just being like, yo, I heard that Bouchwans are overpowered, so I'm just going to build a bunch of those. Right now, Turnip is just testing to see whether there's a cheat code that allows you to do the Flying Dutchman from AoE 1. Is there any way to allow these things to go on land? Maybe you can go full anime form. Little legs will come out and they'll crawl across the landscape. Please, nobody add that. That's actually horrifying to think about as a mod. You know what this is? Like, this is the billionaire oligarch that buys a yacht. Like, you know, we're talking like a 60-foot long yacht and then puts it on the smallest lake in the country. That's what this is here. Like, damn, son. Look at my fancy yacht. Yeah, but what? Why do you need a 60-foot yacht on a tiny paddling pool? Like, what is that? Who hurt you with Bowchards? When did they do this? I mean, folks, it's not like he's got a huge amount of his pop cap locked up in Bouchwans right now. It's not like he's got 30 of his pop cap locked up in Bouchwans that are doing nothing right now. We'll have to check in on that later because there's a fight underway. Cool. Moving in. The Veggie quick to respond as well. He's starting to get control of the Sacred Site in the center. He won't allow the victory condition for Cool. While this is happening, Poppyport continues to push in. And Hunched. I felt like this was coming. I mean, you know, Hunched, no offense to the player, but you felt like he was a little bit slower compared to the other players. The crazy part is, like, Hunched is no pushover. He's a top 700 player on the quick match leaderboards. But the rate at which he's been able to produce units, like, it felt like his macro couldn't really support the production lines. It always felt like he was one step behind. You saw it in the assaults onto Inksock's base, and now you're seeing it in his defense. I mean, if you look at the numbers, he should be pretty healthy for this. He's the Abbasids. He's got the Golden Age up. He just doesn't have the production rates. In fact, look at the buildings. They're not even producing right now. Hunched apparently had to go for a toilet break at the worst time possible, and it means the Poppyport is slowly going to cruise in towards where the landmarks are located. Core, in the meantime, just setting up screening walls here. Open border policy. Willing to let anyone in but those goddamn Brexiteers. But Veggie is looking to find his own way in, off his own merit. However, with so many squishy units here, it's only trebuchets that we had to do the damage to the outpost that matter. I mean, at least this is realistic. Like, this would be stupid to attempt. I'm going to destroy this building with gunfire! Woo! Basketball, basketball, basketball! Okay, fine. What? Veggie, please. Veggie. Okay, finally, we're there. That was starting to hurt my brain. That was taking a while, but finally he will actually snipe the outpost. Look how much quicker that is. Folks, don't use guns to destroy concrete. Use giant boulder firers. That's their name now. How the hell has Turnip still not been warred with? I mean, so my theory is this, folks. Stick with me on this. Stolen Turnip is subscribed to me. By the way, if you've got Prime, be sure to head across to the Twitch side and use it now. It's the perfect time to do so. I think that he's actually subbed to all the other players in this lobby, and that's why he's been allowed to live this long. That has to be it. That's the only thing I can think. Or either that, or somehow they saw the Baochuans that he was building, and they were that scared of fighting him. They were like, whoa, Bowchads are too strong. Okay, that's broken. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. We're going to stay away from you, okay? Because you're a real threat here. Like, you know, a few hundred years from now, and you could probably put, like, intercontinental ballistic missiles on those things. So we don't want to mess with you. Instead, Puppy Paw, almost done, finishing off Hunched. I mean, there isn't really much left to him at this stage. He tried to become Ingsok by taking his place in his base. I wouldn't recommend that, not with how Ingsok's story ended. Core, in the meantime, has gone full chill. He's real introvert now. Doesn't want any problems. I love how Puppy Paw is just taking his time, enjoying this. Just imagining the color draining from Hunched face as he loses his Golden Ages and goes down to Golden Age 1. Core? Wait, what are we doing here? Well, Veggie has noticed you. Wait, was Core trying to let him know it's happening? Like, hey, buddy, over here, just spinning around in circles before he engages. Uh-oh. 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 Core. The only good news is not the Core, your formation. Core. Ah, yes, of course. I've seen the Beastie Core 2v2s. This is the standard Core build. Go AFK for 15 minutes and come back and hope that you're still alive. This army, however, is most definitely not. What else is Core focusing on right now? The only thing I can imagine is Core plays on like a 5-inch TV, so he couldn't quite see that. And he was squinting his eyes trying to see where his troops were, because at that size of pixels, like, you know, the orange was blending in with the Stealth Forest. I'm not really sure on that one, folks. We could probably get an answer from Core, but I feel like at this stage, this is usually when we highlight moments like this, he tends to just shrivel up and disappear from the chat. Very conveniently. He obviously has somewhere to be. It's definitely that he doesn't just, like, he doesn't want to answer the question. It's he actually has somewhere to be. Puppy Paw did finish off Hunched in the end. Got rid of him, booted him out. So Puppy Paw now with the entire southwestern side of the map at his disposal. Choose where to go next. Cool. Let's remember, you do need the micro. It's not just producing units. So hopefully he'll be able to pay attention to that. Trebs against Bombards. Ambitious from Veggie. Let's see what he can do though. Snipes him out. Ooh. Not really the trace he's looking for. Robotican's moving in. Brand of Fire coming out. Come on. Pound him down. Is it good enough though? The Roboticans. I think it is. Look at the damage being done. Open fire, boys. So that's most of the man-at-arms gone. But how much of that was the hand cannoneers? And also the hand cannoneers, you still actually need to snipe out on the other side. Roboticans are tanky, but they don't have much missile resistance. But they shred the hand cannoneers. Veggie is actually doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how much of it's down to Beast to Core's micro as much as it is the power of Roboticans, but Veggie is gaining ground with the multi-cannons here. He's in on the Bombards and Core. Buddy, pal, you need a lot of troops and you need them fast. He's pushing them out now. The Roboticans are continuously wheeled out by Veggie. You can see the Congo line is just as strong for him. And when we look at the reserves, I mean, Veggie, he's vastly ahead. He has over 50,000 food, 15,000 wood as well, and 20,000 gold. Core, I mean, he wishes he had those sort of coffers. He's a small boy right now, under 1,000 on the wood and the gold. So Veggie can keep this up for a lot longer, and right now, nobody's coming to poor little Core's rescue here. Poor Core. Oh, so let me just give the comparison. There we go. So over 50,000 food, 15,000 wood, 22,000 gold. Poor Core. Oh. I'm giving him ideas for remotes on his own channel at this point. Poor Core. He's about to get a lot poorer. He's going to get rinsed like this. Roboticans are being sniped out by the Culverins. Run redeeming quality for him as he is starting to gain some ground here. Trebuchet is still being pushed by Veggie. An odd choice up against this many Bombards and Culverins, but he says, no, they have more range than the Culverins, so they're clearly the counter. Meanwhile in the center, Puppy Paw starting to reach over here, is finally encountering Veggie. He's like, wait, there are English people on this map? I wasn't aware. So I think Veggie, he has to be aware, right? He actually needs the buffer of the attack speed. Like, when he actually has network castles, like someone is astutely pointing out, like, it is actually a big buffer to your rate of fire. Like, it does juice you up a heavy degree here. In fact, the Roboticans, you see, every 4.5 per second, just gunning down. Makes them pretty potent. So I think that's what's missing. Veggie, he just needs to crawl forward for more outposts. Like, he's limited on where he's getting the attack speed buffers right now. I think that's why Core was able to repel him. Imagine this fight here with the attack speed buffer all the time. Like, it's very one-sided. Meanwhile, Poppy Paw. Oh. Oh my god! We've arrived at Chinese Power Spike, folks. Hyper late game, Bombards and Grenadiers in play. The only thing he's missing is a few elephants. I mean, Poppy Paw, you've got the Popcat room. Wouldn't it be pretty nifty to get some chunky frontline boys with this Grenadier Bombard battalion? Maybe just shuffle out with a relic in hand and, I don't know, learn how to tame the Ellies. Make Snooper your pet, you know? That's a good idea. Don't think he's going to do it, though. He just wants more cannons. Cool. Trying to Sudoku here. Rushing in. Maybe jumping the gun a little. I don't think is he pop-capped? He is pop-capped right now. Just can't make an army that big. Republicans. Uh-oh. They're in range. Corvin's on focus fire and Eva. Look at the damage being done. Hand Cannoneers plus the Republicans, and he can't click them. He has to retreat. And the Corvins are slow to wheel themselves away. That front line got massacred. This is the frustration of playing the HRE right now. I mean, we really are in the ranged meta, and you're seeing how deranged it makes HRE players. Like, they don't have a great way of dealing with it. Their only choice realistically is to go for hand cannoneers, and they don't get any unique buff, right? They don't get anything that puts them ahead of the rest. They don't get them cheaper. They don't get like the Streltsy effect. They don't get the attack speed buff or the movement speed of the Mongols. They just get normie hand cannoneers. Even thinking for archers, they just get normie archers. It's all about infantry for them. Melee infantry. And melee is... It feels like a deal breaker. Like, it's very hard to actually gap close and get your maximum damage out. Because you have to remember, like, melee range, kissing distance right in front of you, even if you convert your frontline upon your opponent, it takes time to wrap around and get all your units attacking. Speaking of all the units attacking, Trebs are going to turn their attention over to Core's Keep here. As he tries to wiggle his way into the center of the map. How's the yacht fleet looking? Still healthy. Why is the... Turnip genuinely is trying to get onto this landmass, isn't he? He's like, I know there's a better map there. It looks cool. I'm going to become Britain. Just retreat onto an island every time I lose. Although, in fairness to him, Turnip hasn't lost anything yet. He might lose a lot soon, though. I feel like Poppy Paw is getting ready to go. I mean, this is getting ridiculous, folks. This is a game-ending strike force at this rate. He's pop cap. He hasn't really made a move. I wonder why, though. Building up more reserves. You can see the healthy numbers for him. In the meantime, the slaughtering continues. Republicans in. Front line down. Hand Cannoneers holding for the moment. In fact, those Republicans, they need to actually address the Hand Cannoneers. Barely any man at arms left here, so not good value for them on the splash damage. Corverins get a little bit too close. Do need to be careful. The repairs are coming out for Core, though. Hand Cannoneers being depleted on both sides, and they rush in straight away, striking on the Corverins. Not able to repair them quick enough. The Corverins, oh no! They're looking for the Trebs, and they can't find them. And that means at the end of this, Veggie's going to be the one with standing force. Everything is once again wiped for Core, and Core, although he has reserves, he's not gaining ground at all here. Baby is still stuck in that corner. Veggie, did he ever achieve the 69 we were looking for, by the way? 47? I mean, well, that is a lot of gold bars still. I mean, look at it, folks. This is the power of it. Relic-wise, I don't think he got that many. Right? He got 3. He's only got 3 people working on gold, yet he has around 1,400 gold per minute. That is the power of enclosures, folks. It is. Mwah. Oh, wait, is he getting the more farms now? Oh, yeah, he's going off. Oh, look at him. 71 now. He's there. Wait, no, he's past it now. Need the 69. Need the memes. It's not like you're ever running out of food. Disappointed. I was promised 69 farms. I got more. Turnip making a donation to his new lord. He's like, please let me live, Poppy Paw. I've been keeping up with my monthly donations of sheep, as you can see. There is no need to come into the Mongol Empire. Poppy Paw's like, no, those are spies. Kill the spies. Oh my god. What is this animal abuse? Puppy paw, no! That does look mighty tasty, though, not gonna lie. That is just unneeded. He's not even gonna eat it. You know, I think Puppy Paw has been playing a little bit too much of that explosive sheep mod. Had some bad experiences there. Didn't want to risk it again. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what mods we got turned on here. I'm not going to risk it. But here comes Billy. The last hope. They've got a side bet. He said, Puppy Paw, if I can reach your TC with a sheep, you pay me $100. However, I don't think little sheepy is going to make it. Poor little Billy. This is how little is going on elsewhere on the map. This is what we're watching now. It's it's like some sort of sheep version of Babe, the movies. Turnip just typing, you missed one. Sucker. But here we go. Now we get the real action. I have to check in on Billy's journey later on. As Veggie is sick and tired of dealing with Core, it's a masculine in the Mongol economy. So much exposed here. Billy, he lives. Live, Billy, live. Yes! He's going to make it to a new land where they can build up a sheep civilization, where war never need happen, where you don't need to kill sheep for food because they just eat grass. What a beautiful world that'll be. However, in the meantime, his former overlord is being murdered, as Veggie sends a small contingent over to address the uncouth, uncivilized Mongols in the west here, who have yet to arm themselves to defend themselves. Turnip essentially just trying to be a de-armed country here. And it looks like that might be enough to deter Veggie. The Veggie says, I'm not a bully. I'm not going to massacre someone who can't defend themselves. I'd rather massacre someone who poorly defends themselves. And what is going on here? Where's... Okay, so Puppy Paw... He's going to take it in a choke point. They've all turned on Puppy Paw. They've seen the score. They understand. They've actually negotiated this. Veggie and Core are moving in towards Puppy Paw. They understand what comes in the late game. You can't let the Chinese get there. Oh, wait. Puppy, he has the wonder. We didn't see it. Wait. Is it up yet? No. It's not up yet. Is he going for it, though? Let's check the numbers. He can afford it. I think he wants to wipe their army first, though. You can see he's been prepping for it with all the trade coming in. 152 gold per. Here we go. Find a way. Grenadiers. Frags out. Actung Granada. Suck it. The damage on these things. Bombard line behind him as well. He's so rich. He used the Grenadiers as a front line. And the trade at the end of this is actually going to be good for him. The remaining Grenadiers, they start to target in on the hand cannoneers. They can rinse them, but right now he's actually not. Instead, it's the bombards that get cleaned house. And the trade, not good for Core. Core not able to gap close upon him. That's one army down. Second one needs to be folded, though. And Veggie, the good news for Puppy Paw is that Veggie did not link up. They didn't sync up on this. So he's not in position to assist. That means the Puppy Paw can instantly replenish his losses here. The Grenadiers do come out. Grenadiers that are pretty efficient. We can see this is how you want to use the Spirit Ray, folks. Optimal usage to make sure you discount as much as possible here. As the Grenadiers, they are quite pricey, usually 240 resources, so 30% off definitely adds up. Now down to 64 eco. Puppy Paw, still no wonder. I wonder if he'll go for it. That actually wasn't an intentional pun. God, I hate myself. Where is Veggie going, actually? Is this King Arthur's knights? Are they looking for the Holy Grail? Like, where? Why? What? Veggie? I'm perplexed right now. I guess he really hates proxy bases, but like, why? No, no! Core told him that Puppy Paw is in the bottom corner. Why would you ever listen to Core? Meanwhile, Core just chilling in his corner. Is this where he just builds a wonder himself and laughs to himself, seeing that Veggie now displaced? The worst part is that this proxy base actually does make it look like Puppy Paws in the corner. And he's going to waste so much time looking. Because, this vision, this is from the villager at the start. He just doesn't know. Where did Billy go, by the way? Did Billy live? I don't know. Oh, no, Billy. I think they got rid of him, folks. I think Billy the sheep died. He's gone now. His story comes to an end. Mind you, the peaceful Mongol people. Are they really peaceful, though? See, here's the thing. This is very deceptive. Everyone looks and like, wow, Stolen Turnip got to live in the top 4 because he's peaceful. He doesn't do any harm. What about the harm to the planet? Huh? Deforestation is a problem, folks. And Stolen Turnip is causing it. That's before we even talk about the water pollution, all right? What was the cost of building these ships? And also, where's all the waste from them coming? Huh? People just taking dumps, throwing them in the sea, polluting the beautiful lake of... I don't know what this lake is called. Lake Turnipistan? I don't know. I haven't got a name for this. Baby Lake. This is definitely Baby Lake. Well, Turnip, you're going to need to get militarily aggressive because Puppy Paws realized what his win condition needs to be. He's building the wonder right now. And I wonder where it's being built. Oh, wow. We've made room right next to the TC. The Enclave of the Emperor is finally online. And oh my good God. How do you even begin? Well, we're going to find out as the battle's about to begin. And the Bombards, they can make short work of everything here. Man-at-Arms of the mixer. Veggie needs the front line. That front line ain't going to last long against the frags, though. Republican trying to get in range. Look at the split on Puppy Paw on point with the micro. Peels back, baits him out. Republicans trying to wheel across quick enough here. The Bombards looking to snipe out. The micro on point. Puppy Paw can target them out now. Starts to get rid of the Trebs as well. Grenadiers holding back his opponent here. Veggie, the back line just gets shredded so quickly. And this fight was not even as any remotely as close as what just happened, of course, right? That fight at least depleted the front line, but Puppy Paw, barely a dent. Veggie loses his troops, doesn't have a proxy base. It's a long walk across the field, 14 minutes away. Plenty of time to react, but he needs assistance from the ass in the east corner here. He's building up an army. The question is Cork going to be of real assistance here? Because apparently he didn't even know where Puppy Paw was. He thought he was in the southern corner. So that kind of says everything it needs to right now. And can they rely upon Turnip? Because this is my big concern right here. I mean, this isn't a 3 versus 1. This is a 2 versus 1, and it's the Chinese. Right now, like they're going Turnip. Can you fight him, please? Can like come from the north? Like he's not defending the north. Turnip's like, I can fight him. If I can find my way around on sea, I will be there. Okay. Maybe the scouts can make it happen. What are these scouts doing? Good God. Must really suck to live in the Mongol Empire. Turnip just telling his scouts that they are actually the newborn version of Naruto. It's a lie. They couldn't dodge anything. Wait, no, Turnip. Turnip! No! Well, folks, there's one thing for sure here. Turnip will never surrender naval dominance in this game. He has more Baochuans queued than you can actually see. Why? It's just in case Veggie ever gets any ideas about fishing here. Doesn't want to give over the monopoly he has on fishing. Oh, no. Little does he know that 2 other players have been fishing this entire game. Oh my god. I mean, we've got nothing else to watch, right? Like there was meant to be a 3rd wave in the attack that's just not there. Guys, I wish we, you know what we need here? We need that kind of, you know the like God editor mode you can get in games like Armor, where there's someone who like crafts the world as you play it. I just want to be that guy so I can drag and drop these Bao Chuans off the coast here in Poppy Paw's base. Make it a little bit more interesting. I think that is actually what Turnip's waiting for here. Someone told him that it works like that. They were wrong. He's 146. The Scouts! No, no, this is not Attack on Titan Scouts. This is pathetic. He's just here. Wait, please tell me he hasn't got Pro Scouts. What was once lost must be reclaimed. We honor these sheep, the greatest of our scouts. Return them for a hero's burial. The journey must be complete. Turnip just offering tribute, offering payment as passage. Core is done. He gave up. He's had enough of this crap. Did he just see the scouts? Is that what it was? Oh my god, he did. I think he did. And yeah, Veggie says screw you as well. Turnip. Turnip. I mean, this just begins to look like fanboyism. Right now, he's just typing to Poppy Paw, big fan, smiley face. I mean, it's a pretty amount of bombards, I'll give him that. He's not even done building it. Folks, I believe we're done here. I don't think Turnip has earned, what, 10 more minutes of our time for a wonder victory. I think we've seen everything we need to here. I don't think there's a golden comeback waiting at the end of this, so we're going to do this. God bless, speed up. All right, round, I don't even know how many more rounds. Marches in. He's like, I need to reclaim my kebabs. Oh my god. What happened? What attacked him? Well, I think we're at least speeding this up. We're almost at the conclusion. I'm kind of intrigued what the big brain strategy is here. I think this is the moment where we find out that Stolen Turnip has been banned from all future games. Oh, he's building a wonder. Of course. He is building a wonder now with Puppy being 6.5 minutes out. Monument of the Great... We're going the long way around on this one, folks. Okay, yep. No, he's giving up on the... What? Okay, guys. It's do or die. It's turnip time. How the tables have turniped. The scouts are amassing. It's time for war. 200 scouts. The final ride out. Attack on Titan. Final season. Part 5. Here we go. Well, at least we get to see him die in mass, right? Because here it comes. The bombard line, the grenadiers. Oh no. Oh no. No, but it's turnip. No, the turnip. But wait, with the turnip. All right, well, that sorts that. GG's done. Puppy Paw takes the win. I'm glad I put that on 8 times speed. I don't want to imagine what that would have been like to watch all the way through on normal speed. Attack on Turnip final episode, part 10 of the anime comes to a close. Poppy Paw is the victor, and I feel like I'm probably going to have to edit that down and say that that game just ended with a power cut at about the 50-minute mark. I think that's the best for all of us. Good God, Turnip, why?